Hi there, I'm Eddie. Thanks for practicing yoga with me today. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give my video a thumbs up. Thank you. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to yoga. Thank you so much for coming. If you happen to be new, please go at your own pace. My name is Eddie. If you don't know me, just really work in a way that feels good for you. So if you need to take a break, if you need to take it easy for a moment, take it easy. If you want to push harder, push a little bit harder. We're not in competition with anyone. It's simply about you finding your best self in this moment. So before we begin today with our physical practice, I actually want to do a little bit of meditation. For the past couple of classes, we've been spending a minute in meditation. But today, what I want to do with this meditation is kind of help us to conjure the state it is that we would like to be existing in, the state of mind, the state of being, the state of body, kind of the energetic state. Often we come to yoga class because we want to feel better at the end. We want to feel more flexible at the end. We want to feel more peaceful at the end. We want to feel happier at the end. We want to feel uplifted at the end. And the idea behind this meditation is that you can feel the state of being that you want to feel right now. You don't have to wait for the end. You have access to every state of being in this moment right here. And that's really important to remember. Sometimes we get a little bit lost and we, get into some heavy feelings, or we're really reacting to circumstances outside of us, and it feels like our inner state of being is out of our control. It's in the hands of the environment. It's in the hands of other people that we're reacting to. But the truth is that we are the ones that are reacting. And if we can control our reaction and refocus ourselves in the direction of the state of being that we desire, we can move into that state. So let's practice that right now, even before we jump into the physical practice. Before we Om, I want you to do this with me. Close your eyes. Sit up nice and tall. Take a moment, just feel your body here. Feel your seat against the ground. Notice the lift of your spine. Feel if the crown of your head is lifting up to the ceiling. Shoulders are relaxing. So you're just going to move into your best posture right off the bat. That in itself helps to produce a shift, just finding your best posture. Now, if I asked you, how is it that you would like to feel? What is your aim? What is your goal? So many states of feeling. You could desire confidence. You could desire happiness. You could desire peace. You could desire balance. How is it that you want to feel? And find a word that you feel good about. And then what I want you to do in this moment is to conjure up a memory of when you felt that way. Conjure up a memory of when you've experienced that state of being, and then let yourself, for just about 20 or 30 seconds, go into that memory, go into that feeling, bring it back to life. If you can dive into that memory and activate the feeling again, the feeling is not in the past. You're experiencing it in the present. And now, with the awareness of what the desired feeling is and what it actually feels like in the moment, we're going to try and carry it forward into everything that we do in this class and throughout the day. So yoga to feel good. Yoga to feel good. Bring your hands together at your heart. As you chant your Oms today, try and stay in that feeling that you've just conjured up. Bring your hands, rub them together, make them nice and warm. Good. All right, feel that power radiating from your heart now. Hands together, inhale. Hold it in. Feel your own radiation. Feel your own exuberance. Feel your own joy coming off you. Exhale your breath out. And again, inhale. Hold it. Feel your own upliftment. Feel your own expression, your own expansion. Exhale it out. And one more time. Inhale. Hold it in. Good. Exhale it out. Let's chant Om together 3 times. Inhale deeply. Om. Om. One more. Good. Take a breath in. Interlace your fingers. Exhale. Press your palms forward. Let your head go. Just kind of round your back a little bit. Breathing there. The aim of our practice is always to feel good. Now, there's many shades of feeling good. Inhale. Take your hands up. Confidence feels good. Strength feels good. Clarity feels good. Peace feels good. Happiness feels good. Very, very nice. Take a breath where you are. Exhale, go ahead. Make a twist here. It doesn't matter which direction you go. Twist one way or the other and just hold that pose for a moment. I'm going to get a little bit more light in here. The blinds were down. So twisting in one direction. There we go. That's better. Let the light in. That's a nice little image. Let the light in. Come on back. Twist in the other way. Breathing. Very, very good. Take one more breath here. Perfect. Come on back through the center. Why don't we do a round of breath of fire, speaking of letting the light in. Now, if you don't like breath of fire, just take long, deep breaths. And if you don't know it, you stick out your tongue and you pant like a dog. But if you do know it, it's done through your nose. Take your arms, reach them up and out to the side like the letter V. Thumbs are up. You're pulling your fingers into the pads of your hands. Now, imagine the circle that surrounds your body. It's like your thumbs are pressing into the perimeter of that circle. All right, and now let's start our breath of fire. Go for it. Through your nose, with your tongue out like a dog, or long, deep breath. Inhale, thumbs touch. Hold that breath in and just lift yourself up. Imagine the conjured feeling again. Take yourself back to that memory. Feel the feeling through your body. Spread your fingers open. Now exhale, spread it through your magnetic field. Spread it all around you. Take the debris out. Feel that feeling all around you, within you, outside you. The energy is just permeated with it. The space is permeated with it. Lovely. Okay. Come onto your hands and your knees. If you want to have a pad under your knees, you're more than welcome to, but come onto your hands and your knees. I want to do First things first, I want to get into our shoulders. Now I'm going to do a fairly deep shoulder stretch right now. I can show you how you can modify it though. I'm going to take my glasses off. So I'm going to drop the elbows down onto the floor like this. My butt is staying up. I'm not moving back to child's pose. The butt is up. Elbows are down, and I'm going to put my forehead down. Now slowly start to walk your hands forward. And that's how you modify it. If you pull your elbows back, it's less intense. If you walk your hands forward, it's more intense. And you're just going to drop down through your upper back. It's like you want to press your breastbone down to the ground. There's melting, melting, melting. Maybe you turn your head to a side. If you put like your ear on the ground, you can melt in even a little bit more. You could also get up on your fingertips. Oh, that gets deeper. We're going to take 2 more breaths. Good. Let's hear it one more time. Inhale. And start sliding your elbows back and come onto your hands and your knees. Now that was a really big shoulder stretch. So when you get your hands down underneath you, just kind of imagine your shoulders dropping down onto your arms and then reach your breastbone forward and up and exhale round your back. And do that a couple of times. Inhale and exhale. Nice. 2 more. Good. And one more time. And come back to neutral. Now, from where you are, your hands are under your shoulders. I want you to walk your knees back and then rock forward. So you're going to be in this modified plank pose. Check out my position. You see the angle of my legs going back, my knees are going back, my hands are on the ground. This is your modified plank. Knees on the floor. Some of us are going to come to full plank, lifting the knees up off the ground. And we're holding this now for about 30 seconds. So don't be shy about placing your knees on the floor if you need to. I'm just going to breathe and I'm going to press heels back, kind of reach that crown forward. I want to get strong. I want to center myself, mentally center myself, physically center myself with that engagement through the navel. Take a deep breath in, exhale. We're going to come down all the way onto the stomach. Now, forearms down onto the ground. Spread your fingers and start to draw yourself forward. Will you actually physically drag forward? No. But you want to act like you could drag yourself forward. Get your fingers like claws. Grab the floor. Pull your heart forward. And each time you exhale, squeeze your belly button back. And then inhale, pull through. One more here. I'm just doing a little bit of back bending work right now. Exhale, come on down. Slide your hands back so that they're right underneath your shoulders. Pull your elbows into the side. When you inhale, lift your chest up. And when you exhale, come down. And inhale, lift your chest up. And exhale, come on down. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale up. And down. Okay, now I want to hold the next one, and this is how I like to do it. When I press myself up, I try and lower down about 1 inch. Just drop down into it and pull your heart and your chest through. Shoulders down, pulling the heart and the chest through. So this is our cobra pose. We shouldn't be pinching the back here. We're trying to move the arch up through the spine. One more inhale and exhale. Come on down for just a moment. Take your hands, slide them back about 6 more inches if you're going to do upward facing dog. If you don't know it, watch me. Hands are back by my ribs. I'm going to push down until my arms are straight and lift the thighs up off the ground. Now again, I'm trying to pull the heart through. If that's too much, go back down. Sphinx pose, cobra pose, what we just did. Find something that works for you. We'll take 1 more breath here and pull it back. Downward facing dog. This is our first downward facing dog. If you ever need rest, drop down onto your knees. I'm going to spread those fingers. Just kind of walk in place. Shake out your head. Now, whatever positive emotion it was that you began this class with, kind of programming yourself with this at the top of our class, that positive emotion is who you are. That is your natural state of being, or it's part of your natural state of being. All positive emotions are your natural state of being. Well-being, feeling good is who we are in our essence. And the process of yoga is just one of stripping away any obstructions, any blockage, any resistance that stands in the way of our innate sense, our innate state of well-being. Take a couple more breaths. So you got to breathe through your poses. Imagine you're purifying, sweeping out, cleaning out, and restoring and resetting and rebooting. Good. I want you to look forward to the top of your mat, bend your knees, lightly step or jump all the way to the front. Put your hands on the fronts of your shins here. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. I'm going to grab my ankles if I can, or the back of the calves, pull in. Push against my legs. Inhale and open. Exhale and fold down to the legs. Let's do it again. Inhale, push open. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Now stay in that forward bend, everybody. Now, one option would be that you just take your hands and you put them right around the back of your heels or your ankles and you pull yourself in. Another option might be that you take your hands and you wrap them around your elbows and you hang. So you could be more passive, you could be a little bit more active, doesn't matter. Breathing. You know how sometimes if your phone starts acting a little bit funny or your computer starts to act a little funny, you either do a hard reset, or sometimes if it's really getting funky, you restore the factory settings. That's kind of what our yoga practice does. It restores the factory settings. Restores us back to our innate sense of well-being, our innate state of well-being. That's tough to say, innate state. Sweep your arms out. Come on, all the way up to the top, please. Now, I just want you to stand up tall for a moment. Take your hands to the ceiling. Squeeze your legs, even squeeze your buns a little bit. That'll help you if you feel lightheaded. Let your shoulders kind of drop down into the socket. Lift the heart. Maybe add a little back bend. So we're just stretching and we're just greeting the day. We're just opening up. Let's take two more. Last one in, and exhale, release your hands down. Before we run into a couple of sun salutations, I want to just do one more warm up. So I'm going to turn and face you. You can continue to face the front of your mat. Step your legs together so that they're touching one another. Reach your hands, come up to the ceiling. Now I want you to take your right hand and grab your left wrist and start to pull over towards your right side. So that's our basic little side stretch right there. But here's how you can make it deeper. We've been working on this lately. You could take your left foot, cross it in front of your right foot, and then Just kind of cantilever it even further over. Really pull it to the side. If that feels good. And inhale. Oh, all the way up. We're going to release those hands down. And then we're going to do the second side. You're going to take your hands up. Your left hand is going to grab your right wrist. Press your right wrist up to the ceiling and then pull it over to your left side. From there, if you want to go deeper, take your right foot, cross it in front of your left foot, and stretch. One more. Good. Inhale, bring yourself all the way up. Release your hands down. So you've got your legs touching one another. I'd like you to keep your legs touching one another. Keep your knees, your inner thighs. It's all kind of basically together here. You're facing the front of your mat. Reach your hands up to the ceiling. That's your inhale. And then exhale, sit your butt way down and lift your heart high. Let's take chair pose with legs touching one another. Now, if you had really flexible shoulders, you could bring your palms together and you could cross your thumbs, but that's not for everybody. It is an option. You get down low, you tuck your tail, really, really open up that heart. Good. Inhale where you are. Now pull your hands down and together at your breastbone and twist. Look to your right and take your left elbow, if possible, outside of your knee and do a prayer twist. So your palms are still together. You're rotating against your leg. You're turning, maybe looking up. Very, very good. Take two more. And one more. And then we inhale, lift your chest, your arms, your heart come up, and then you come down through the center. Let's go the opposite way. So now again, prayer twist side 2. I'm twisting and looking to my left. Really good. One more breath. From there, inhale, chest, arms, heart come up. Exhale, fold over your legs, take it down, look to the front, and exhale. Let's go back to our first sun salutation. Now I'm going to lower and hover and come into upward dog. Maybe you went to the ground and did cobra pose. Back to downward dog. Hold it for a moment. Okay, I want to do one more round like this. Let's look forward to the top of the mat. Lightly step or jump. Get yourself to the front. Open halfway. Fold down. And again, to chair pose. Bend your knees. Arms, heart lift. Exhale, stay. Stand up. And hands come down. Just feel that for a moment as the arms lower. Feel the energy lift right up into the brain. Lots of lift in the brain. Let's go again. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, sit. Lift your heart. And exhale, fold over your legs. Look forward. Gently step or jump yourself back and lower. Back bend. And downward dog. Okay, so that was kind of 2 basic sun salutations. What I want to do is add just a little bit of juice on the next round. So look forward, step or jump to the front, open halfway, fold, sweep up. Good, release your hands down and then inhabit the energetic state that you desire. Feel it. Feel the confidence or feel the happiness or feel the peace or feel the well-being. is present in this moment. Okay, next round, we're gonna add a crescent lunge into it. Inhale, your hands are gonna come up above you. Exhale, sit into that chair pose. Lift the heart, we're not staying, we're folding right through it. Look to the front. Gently step or jump yourself back and roll through your push-up cycle if you're doing it. Take your right leg, lift it up to the ceiling, and step that foot forward. Now for a crescent lunge, I want to stay on my back toes. I'm going to do a high lunge today. So my hands are coming up above. Or I could bring my hands at my heart. You know, sometimes the shoulders just feel tired out, so hands at the heart is fine. First thing you're going to do is some drops here. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, drop your back knee and lift 4 times. Exhale, 2 and 3 and 4. You take it down, you lift it up. Very, very good. You've got your little lunge going on. Now we're going to take a twist. You're going to pull your hands at your heart. You already did this twist, prayer twist. If possible, left hand comes outside of your right knee, left elbow outside of your knee, and you press your hands together, right elbow to the ceiling, twisting. If you can't do that, put your left hand on the floor by your big toe and twist that way. Very good. Inhale. And exhale, put your hands down. Step yourself back. Now, do you want to go through your push-up cycle? If so, breathe through it. Left leg is coming up to the ceiling and stepping forward. Hands up high above you. Ready for the dips? We're going to do 4 of them. Take a breath in. Exhale, dip 1 and 2. On the exhale, down and 4. Good. You got your lunge. Your legs should be burning. Hands to your heart. Twist. Now, how do you make it easier? Again, you put your right hand down on the floor by your left foot. But if you can stay in this, do this version. Nice. One more, everybody. And exhale, put your hands on the ground. Again, we step back. Now, maybe we roll through. We're going to do one more round incorporating a lunge, but before we do, I'm going to take a side plank. Here's the modification. Right knee on the ground, left foot spins flat, left hand up to the sky. That is your basic, dropping that right knee down, right? Some of us can make it a little bit more intense. Both legs would be straight. We'd stack the feet. Same thing, either way, knee down, knee lifted. You find your best. Lift up through your waist. Maybe you would reach your top arm and go over your ear if you want more. Inhale, please, and bring it back. Let's do the second side. Modification. Left knee on the ground. Right hand comes up to the sky. Whew. A little more intensity. Both legs are straight. Lift through that bottom waist. Top arm over your ear. And one more. Very good. Bring it back through the center. Now here's a challenge. If you wanted, you could go through another push-up cycle. Optional. Okay. Let's do our last sequence here. Let's look to the top of the mat. Gently step or jump your feet to the front. Open it halfway and fold in. Arms out. Chest comes up. And hands down into the heart. Take a moment. We're going to do our last sequence, incorporating this lunge. Now on this one, I'm going to take you through the lunge, into a balancing pose. We're going to come into a warrior three, a standing balance, standing splits, and then we're going to do what I call a curtsy lunge. Okay? Follow along. Inhale, take your hands, reach them up above you. Exhale, sit in chair pose, lift your heart, and fold. Open halfway, gently step or jump back. Now, if anything ever gets too complicated for you, just pull back for a moment, kind of look at your screen. You'll figure it out. Take your right leg, lift it to the ceiling, and step it forward. So, get yourself up into your lunge. If you can't balance there, you can always spin the foot flat and make it warrior one. But if possible, let's stay in the lunge. Now, warrior three, reach your arms back, lean that chest forward and try and feel the powerful line of energy from your back heel right out through the crown of your head, and up you go, balancing. Now, if you're falling out of it, that's okay. Just keep bouncing right back into it. I'm going to try and take my standing split by putting my hands down, maybe on the floor, maybe on a block. Let the head go. I'm kind of looking at the back wall. Now check out your right foot. Your left foot is the one that's up in the air. When you come out of this, take your left foot, step it behind your right leg, put it on the floor just outside your mat, and start to bend your knees. Lift up like chair pose, but you're kind of in a curtsy. You've got your left foot behind your right foot. Maybe even your hands come up to the ceiling. When we come out of it, I'm just going to have you stand and step your feet together, releasing your hands by the side. Now we'll do that same sequence on side two. Inhale your hands up, stay with me. Exhale down, chair, and exhale, fold. Just flowing. Look to the front, step or jump yourself back. Optional push-up cycle. Left leg to the ceiling, and left foot comes forward. Start in your lunge. Everything is about a transfer of balance and a transfer of energy. Release your hands back, lean it forward, find the stability of this position, and then you're going to transfer from your back heel to the crown of your head. It's like pulling up a zipper. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, pull your zipper forward, and you're in the standing balance. Touch the ground, lift your leg. Curtsy lunge, right foot, which is your lifted foot, comes on the floor behind your left leg. Squat with your legs crossed. Hands can be together at your heart, or hands can be up to the ceiling. And inhale. And exhale. Take a good deep breath. I'd like you to keep your right foot up at the top of your mat. Take a big step back with your left foot. We're going to go to wide legs. I'm just going to kind of heel toe those feet out, get a good wide stance. We've been working on this one as well a lot lately. Interlace your hands behind your back if you can do it. If not, you'll hold your ankles. So when I interlace, I pick the chest up, pick the heart up, and forward we go. I have access in this moment to the desired feeling state. It can come through memory. It can come through softening of the mind. But let your yoga practice restore the factory settings.
You have to believe that the factory settings are one of alignment, one of peace, one of well-being. Good. Let's take 3 more breaths. If your hands are not over your back, it's okay. Hands are on the ground. Slowly release your hands down. Lift your chest up. Our yoga is less about the particulars of the pose and more about the state of mind that we're achieving in the pose. So I've lifted my chest up and I'm going to start to walk my hands forward. So see how I'm kind of walking towards the center of the room? Move my computer a little bit. And then from here, I'm going to fold once again. I'm trying to walk my hands forward, pull my hips back. Releasing resistance. Let's take 2 more. Nice. And 1 more. Very good. Walk your hands back. This will be our last little standing bit. So I want you to take your front foot, that would be your right foot, and turn it back towards the front of your mat. Hands are alongside that foot. And I'm going to bring my back foot forward, maybe, 12 inches, 6 inches, something like that. Sharply angling that back foot in, we're going to do our hamstring stretch. We've already done some nice hamstring stretches. Now let's go just a little bit more here. Feel your breath rolling off you. It's like water over a waterfall. Feel the energy just flowing through you, just rolling off you, carrying with it any debris. Finishing this side with a twist, I'm going to keep my left hand down. My right hand is going to come up to the ceiling. Rolling it open. Twist. One more. And we'll put our hand down. Now I'm going to come out of it by taking the back foot, stepping it forward. So now my left foot is forward and my right foot is stepping about 3.5 feet back. And we're going to fold over. Right over the leg. Good. Keeping your right hand down, taking your left hand up. You can be in a tight, confined space like this. And if you can let your mind be at peace, there's no sense of confinement at all. There's just flow, there's just ease, there's just grace. You can be in a huge, giant, open space, and if your mind is bound up, all you'll feel is confinement. Okay, 1 more. Learn how to bring peace to your own mind. Slowly go ahead and release that down. Step yourself back. This would be the last push-up cycle if anyone wants it. Optional, of course. And bring yourself back and drop onto your knees and take child's pose for a moment. Have a sip of water if you like. Towel off if you need. Lay your head down. So a really nice variation of child's pose is when you put your hands in a prayer. You bring your palms together, you cross your thumbs, you extend your hands forward, you bow your head, and you just surrender everything that you don't need. And you don't even have to think about it. You don't even have to analyze it or categorize it. It's just the feeling of release. It's the feeling of letting go. Nice. Now slowly, I want you to lift your chest up. If this is too much in your knees, you can always stay forward, but we're going to try and recline. So what I'm going to first do is open my knees up wide. I'm going to take my knees about as wide apart as my mat is. My big toes are touching one another. I'm going to place hands behind me like this. And you've got to take your tail and tuck it up. It's just that little pelvic tilt. And you'll already feel as soon as you do that the top of your thighs are going to start stretching. But then maybe you recline more. Maybe you come down onto your elbows. Some people may have the flexibility that they would go all the way down on their back, like I'm demonstrating. But if you're on your back, your knees must stay grounded. And let's take 5 breaths here. Good. Breathe in and out. Start to feel, start to identify with the energy flowing through the system. Unobstructed, water through a pipe. Free and unobstructed energy flow. Good. All right. Slowly bring yourself back up. Come onto your hands and your knees, and then take your right foot, stretch it back, push your heel back for a moment. Yesterday we did pigeon pose with a twist, and we're going to do that again today. Take your left leg back. It's a nice variation in pigeon pose. But if you can't be on your stomach for pigeon, then all you have to do is come onto your back. And when we do the twist, you just twist on your back. Okay, so if I put my hands flat down on the ground, I'm going to slide my right knee forward to my right wrist. Open that leg, turn it out. Wiggle the left foot back. Elbows are going to drop down. Forehead's going to drop down. And breathe. Try and tune into the sensation of your breath flowing through your body. Water through a pipe. Electricity through a wire. Wind through a tunnel. Unobstructed flow. Feel it, visualize it, take a couple more. Good. I'm going to come back on my elbows for just a moment. So I kind of lift my chest up, got my elbows down on the ground. Now what I want to do, my right knee is the front knee. I now want to take my right arm and walk it to the left wall. So I'm going to take my right arm and go way under, like that, to the left wall. I'm going to interlace those fingers and kind of pull the knuckles towards the wall as I shift back into my right hip. Very, very good. Get that stretch on. Nice. Inhale and exhale. We're going to bring it right back through the center. Now come out of it like this before you fully go away. Drop onto your right hip. Swing your left leg forward. And you can do one of two things. You can put your left foot on the ground inside your knee, or for a deeper pose, you can take your foot and cross it to the outside of your knee and twist to the left. Good. Now, last thing we're going to do, look back to the center. I'm going to uncross my foot. I'm going to take my right hand, turn it so it's thumb down, and I'm going to catch the little toe side of that left foot. And from there, I'm going to start to extend that leg out. If that's too much, you'll keep your knee bent. But if you can, get it all the way straight. If you can lift your back arm, lift your back arm. If not, it could stay on the ground. And start to pull that leg over, twist to the left. Good. All right. Release. Now, all I have to do is kind of fall onto my left hip, drop my left knee down, swing my right leg back, and that will put you in side two of pigeon pose. Let's do it for a minute. Come on down. For me personally, pigeon pose is always so much tighter on my left side. I feel that physical resistance in it. So I lifted myself up just a little bit to the point where the resistance is manageable and I can get the feeling of flow. I can get the feeling of breath moving. I can get the feeling of energy moving. So again, my objective is not necessarily depth. My objective is balance and energy flow. If you're not on your elbows, go ahead and prop yourself up on your elbows. And now we're going to kind of slide that left arm under towards the right wall. I'm going to drop my shoulder down as much as I can. I'm going to press my knuckles together, interlacing my hands, and pull back as I twist open. If this is not good for you, you could just stay in basic pigeon pose. Mm, mm. And slowly bring yourself all the way out in exactly the same way we did earlier. Fall onto your side hip, on your left hip. Swing your right leg forward. Go ahead and put that right foot down on the ground. Maybe cross your right foot outside of your left knee. And you're going to twist and look to the right. Good. Coming back through the center. Uncross your foot. Look down at that right foot. Take your left hand, thumb down, catch the baby toe side of the foot, and start to lift it. Maybe you can extend it all the way straight, lift your spine. Maybe your right arm comes up off the ground. And then out of that, let's bring ourselves onto our back, everybody. Come on down. So I'm rocking a few times. You're welcome to rock on your spine if you like that. I'm going to roll myself right back into a shoulder stand. Now, if you don't want to do shoulder stand, just take your legs up the wall or relax on your back for a minute. Pull your knees in and roll around. Whatever feels good to you is fine. But if you are in shoulder stand, just close your eyes, deepen your breathing. I'm going to slowly drop my knees down towards my forehead. Maybe let those feet drop over the head towards plow pose. Don't worry about this if you're on your back. And then make your way down all the way. Let's hug our knees into our body. Give a good squeeze. Maybe roll around a little bit. I'm going to reach between my legs and grab my big toes. Now, you could also grab the little toe side of your feet. Full happy baby pose. Soles of the feeling open to the ceiling. Knees are bent. And again, I'm just going to gently rock and roll. Let's do about 3 more breaths right here. Lengthen your spine. Feet flat down on the ground. Take your arms, reach them overhead. Let your arms reach back behind you. Inhale, your hips go up. Start at the top of your spine and roll yourself down. Again, inhale, hips go up. And exhale down. 2 more times. Inhale up. Good. And exhale down. Now, inhale, lift your hips up. Stay up. Breathe out through your mouth. Get all your breath out. Push it out. Hold your breath out and roll down. No breath in your body. Roll down. When you touch the floor, inhale back up. Stay high. Breathe out your mouth. Hold it out. Roll it down. Inhale up. Exhale your mouth. Hold it out. Roll it down. And last one. Inhale. Stay up and exhale. Hold it out. Roll it down. Keep your arms there for just a moment. Take a breath in and out. Notice the quality in your brain. Notice that feeling of kind of openness, a little bit of a buzz. Yeah. Let's take a twist of choice. Anything you like. I'm simply going to pull my right knee in and drop my right knee to the left side. And then I'll take the right arm to the right. You could cross your legs. You could keep your knees together. You could do a straight leg twist. Let's go to side 2 of the twist, and then we will have our final relaxation. So pull your left knee in, drop it over to the right. Good. Coming back through the center. And stretching your legs away on the floor. Turning your palms to face up. Now feel yourself in a state of neutrality, in a state of openness. Feel your body as an open channel, an open vessel, just like a brand new pipe. No debris, it's just a clear, open vessel for the water to travel through. And see if you can get that feeling, if you can allow that feeling of the water moving through your pipe, of the energy moving through your open channel. It's not a thought, it's a feeling. Just feel yourself starting to breathe again. Feel the roll of your breath through your belly, through your chest, like a wave coming in and a wave being pulled back out. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Really good. Hug your knees into your body. Roll over to a side. Roll up however you'd like to get up. Bring yourself to a comfortable cross-legged seat. Don't you feel good? Hands together at your heart. Let's finish with an Om. Take a slow, deep breath in. Rub your hands, make them warm. Take the warmth down over your head and over your bodies, everybody. Namaste.
Thanks for practicing with me today. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up.